G'day folks, this is the Coffee Bush Kid. No, hang on, that's you.
That's me.
Hi guys, I'm Mish.
I'm the Coffee Bush Kid.
And we are down in Central Vic. We're going for a bit of coin relic and whatever else we can find hunting today.
Yep.
We're out in a beautiful, what would you call this area?
It's
not
a
really
worked
bushland.
area. There's been mining, or lots of heavy mining done around here. We've got a couple of dwellings behind us. We've got some old trees, which are a good giveaway.
Plenty of potential for some good finds today. So I guess without any further ado, let's grab our gear and let's go hunting. I'm going to say a quick hello to the editor over there and the Coffee Bush Kid. The Coffee Bush is working on something. I've had just a couple of scrappy signals so far, nothing really of note at this stage, but my first somewhat decent signal is actually a surface find. So here, it's a loud and clear 55, no digging required because we can see down here got a little 4-hole button. So that's pretty cool. Does have writing around the edges. I won't stop to read it now because it is so freezing cold today that we need to keep moving to keep warm. But cool. First relic on the board. Let's see what else we can get from here. Well, some hunts you have it easy and some are a little bit more of a challenge. This is definitely one of the latter hunts for me. This ground is absolutely alive with signals. There's a wild Coffee Bush Kid over in the distance. I think he's not doing too bad. And yeah, I've really been struggling with choosing what to dig because there is just so much scrap metal about. I got a relatively low signal. It was in the 40s on the Deus. That's quite a low signal for that machine. And I've just got a tiny component of a clock cog. So nothing to write home about. But this area was quieter than some of the other patches, so I might even just check the outskirts and just see if some items got discarded outside of the Homestead area. We can certainly see where a home used to be around here. You can see a big old stack of bricks. And we've got roses growing here. We've got majestic old trees. We've got some fruit trees in the vicinity. So all the signs we need, but maybe just way too many signals. We'll see what we can weed out. Well, today might just be a button talk on my end because I've just pulled another signal out here and it was a small and crisp 62 signal. You can probably see it here. Got our second button of the day. This one's a little bit smaller. It is a 4-hole button. Looks like it may have had some paint on it originally. Oop, let's see if we can empty this out. Yes, we can. And it does have writing on there as well. So again, give you a little bit of info, see what I can find out. Oh, goodness me, slow going, but that's all right. That is the nature of the hobby. Don't be fooled by all these YouTube videos where they're pulling gold out here, there and everywhere. They're pulling treasure troves and the like. Yes, some people may actually come across these things, but it's very, very unlikely in day-to-day detecting. We're still out here, we're having fun. It's a beautiful day. Well, I'm nothing if not consistent today. Our next target, 45, again a very low signal on the Deus II. And lo and behold, I think you've already guessed what this is. It is another button, but this one is interesting. Not a whole lot left of the back of it, but the front is what I want to show you. So we appear to have a form of naval button. So a military button. As for what aspect of the Navy, I do not know, but we can see an anchor here and a bit more detail above it. I will give it a good clean up and we'll see what we can work out. If I haven't got all the details, by all means, if you're an expert in this area, please jump in and let me know. That's the coolest button we've found today. They might get bigger and better from here. We might get some larger military buttons. Who knows? Now I will apologise in advance, folks, for not filming too many before digs today, just because I've tried. Believe me, I've tried. But with the amount of junk coming up, yep, I'm going to fill up the camera before I get any decent finds. However, this changes the game a little bit. So we've already got a couple of buttons on the board and we kind of needed something different. This is the something different. 83, 84, 85. Now the reason why I didn't film the before of the dig rather, is that also lines up with some nails which will sound like that, but they'll have a few grunts on the edges. This one, however, is a good target. We've got ourselves a little keyhole escutcheon. Now that is in excellent condition. Gosh, I'd love to repurpose that for something, but would you have a look at the size of the key on that thing? Now, I have no idea what that would have opened, but that is a serious key, my friends. Please do let me know what you think that would have been used on. Maybe a treasure chest, or maybe it's full of gold sovereigns. Maybe our luck's about to turn. Maybe not, but we'll see what else we get. Okay, let's throw a before dig in here, so fingers crossed this one works out, but we have, if I park my shovel here, 57. It's got a bit of a double beep on this side. Just a singular this way, but still very, very stable. Still that 57. And there's definitely some sheets of steel that are coming through around that range, but this one sounds all right. I'm sure, actually, I think I can see it. Oh, and it's nothing too special. Oh, that's a shotgun shell casing. Still, it's a round target, sounded clean, and it's old, but not what we want. I would not be at all surprised if we're onto yet another button here. 42, 43. Certainly sounds clean enough to be one of those. I found a little spot here. I'm on a little rise just above the homestead that I was playing around in, which is good because it means I'm not quite getting as many signals and I can pick them apart a little bit better. I can see our target here. It's not a button. Whoops. Oh, where'd it go? There it went. Oh, it's just a little piece of metal. Wonder what that was used for. It's got little tacks all the way along. It could be... oh, maybe not. I was going to say to do with the end of a shoe. Nope, it's not shaped properly for that. Nope, who knows? Some sort of component for a bit of machinery or something, maybe even. Don't know. Don't think we'll ever know. Moving on. Well, here's an interesting target. This one certainly woke me up. It's very, very loud. 78. Relatively consistent. I'm getting hints of iron. I don't know whether it's part of that target though, because there's iron all around the ground here. Well, potentially catching on something. There's some rocks and whatnot down here. That's all right. We'll see. Is it that large thing there or is that a tree root? Guess we'll find out. No, we're down underneath the tree root. Interesting. Where are you? Oh, there you are. Oh, that's a coin. That's good. Wonder how old this is going to be. Let's have a guess. Let's admire some scenery. I'll give you a moment. Have you got your guess in? I'm going to say... oh, what am I going to... I don't know the history of this area, but I'll say right on 1900s, thereabouts. Okay, we know it's a copper coin. Definitely copper. What? Oh, that is in beautiful condition. Ladies and gents, we have a Britannia halfpenny. Oh, look at the glorious patina on that thing, would you? 1884. So I was close. I was definitely close. I'm not going to scrub the living daylights out of this because I can see that that is solid green all around. I will give you a much better look on the screen now. Oh, awesome. That's turned the day around a little bit. Very happy to add that one to my collection.
Gentlemen, hello.
Hello. Fancy meeting you here.
Of all the dams in the world.
Oh, you think you're damn funny, don't you?
Damn right I do.
Oh, jeez. If anyone ever wanted an insight into what it's like to actually go detecting with us, I think you just got it right there. I'm onto a signal here, and it remains to be seen whether it's decent. I think I've got a bit of a dig ahead of me because it's coming up as fairly deep and faint, but let's have a listen. 90, 91, 92, barely filling that depth gauge, meaning that we've got some excavation ahead, but we'll give it a whirl. I've taken the top off the plug and we've still got a signal that's still faint, but it's starting to track in the direction I want it to track in. 93 to 95 now. Interesting. We are in the realm of silver and old coins and the like. Now, I think it might be smart at this point just to pop a pinpointer in here. We might do a bit of gentler excavation. Oh, we might be on. Oh, I'm feeling my target. Here we go. Oh, that's a pretty decent buckle. That's a stonker of a buckle. Whether that was maybe equestrian use or something, or a really big belt. But that's a ripper target. I quite like that. And despite the big hole I dug, I don't think I've damaged it in any way either. Excellent. I will take that. Friends, I think things just got a little bit interesting. You can probably see my target in the middle there, but let's have a bit of a listen. Hopefully it sounds the same as it did to me initially. Here we go. Oh, it does sound a little bit different now. I originally got about a 54. I think it was laying on a different side. It's now a 60. And I'm not entirely sure what I've got here. But this is really interesting because on this side it just looks like a oval disc. But then we turn it over and we get this. Now whatever it is broken. That's definitely broken at that side. So I might see if there's any other components in here, just in case. We'll give it another swing in a minute, but whatever it is, it's quite an ornate little piece. Was it for the purposes of pouring something? Was it just decorative? Was it a child's toy? I really don't know. All right, I will carefully pop that one in the pouch. We'll see if we can find any other bits. I'll let you know if I do. And we shall move on. Alright, so I've got a signal here. As you can hear, someone else has got a signal over there too. Nail. Alright, that makes me feel a little bit better. This is an 85-86. I've got an edge of something here, so something on the relic-y side of things, I would say. I'm just not entirely sure what. Not a coin or anything of that nature. But we'll see if we can carefully just extract it and see if it's anything of interest. Now that I've said all that, probably just a lump of metal. But what is this? Oh, what is this?
Mish, What is it?
It's
It's
I'd have
something-
to say it's one of those.
It's something
Yeah.
that needs a brushing.
You reckon?
Yeah.
Well, I don't even know whether it's worthy of that at this point, but
I think it's candlestick.
okay. Mr. Scrubby Brushes, on it with the IDs.
Beautiful piece of brass. Yeah, look at that.
Oh, yeah, it is too. All right, I stand corrected. It was worth scrubbing up.
Yep. Maybe there's the base of this one floating around somewhere too.
Yeah, right.
Yep. That's all right. Nothing wrong with that.
Excellent. Now, I did have a question from a viewer as to what type of scrubby brush you use.
I use that one.
A gardener's... Hold that thought. What were we saying? Oh yeah, a gardener's nail brush.
Yep, they're German made.
Yep.
But by geez, they're a good thing. They're usually around about the $30 mark.
Yeah, right.
But they do last for quite a long time, and I don't mind paying that because, as people may well know, Mish, I do scrub me a lot of things.
You do. So is that a bristle or a what are we?
Short bristle, yeah, natural.
Short bristle. Excellent. All right, so you can use one of those on the field to clean up fines like so, enough to give them a bit of a better ID, but they're still soft enough that they're not going to gouge big old grooves in your metal fines. All right, let's see what's next. So this signal down here was a low to mid-tone, so it was a 54 roughly on the Deus. And I've pulled this out. Now initially I just dismissed it as a steel nail, something to that effect. It's a little bit shinier than that. I don't think it's silver going by those numbers. However, it's interesting. It's actually got a really intricate little swirly design around it. I'd say this was actually a tube once upon a time. As for what purpose that held, I do not know. But I actually quite like it. It's amazing the things that look like junk initially, but turns out they may have had a better purpose. You know, that actually could be silver, but I'm not 100% sure. I'll have a better look later on, but anyway, that's nice. Another interesting signal. This time, a very solid and stable 85 signal. And again, it seems to have a little bit of depth, which lends to the fact that it may be an older target and not the surface pull tabs and whatnot that we have found in this area. Well, yep, whatever it is loose in here somewhere, so let's go for a dig. Can we feel anything? No, we can't yet, but it's in the hand somewhere. Not that. Where are you? Oh, is it this big blob of something? What is that? That is. What is that? Ooh, what is that? It's too thick to be a coin. What on earth is this? Now, it is extremely heavy, so I'm thinking lead, but it's obviously had a purpose. Whoops. I'm just throwing it away. How careless. Interesting. All right. I don't think I'm quite going to be able to work out the purpose here. I'll post a clean up pic. Look, it could just be a scrap bit of lead that someone's had a bit of artistic expression with, for all I know. But can't say I've ever dug one of those before, and we all know I have an affinity for finding lead sinkers. Haven't found any out in the gold fields, but this is about as close as we'll get to it, I think. So we'll take it. Well, I tell you what, crew, we're almost done for this hunt. In fact, you can see a wheel from my vehicle in the top corner there. Nope, just had to scratch the land beside it, didn't I? And what I got here... what I got here was a 64-65 on the Deus. Fair ways down. Probably 5-inch. Came right down from the bottom of that hole there. And I've popped out this. And Mr. Scrubby Brush over here is getting ready. He knows what he needs to do. Oh, I can see someone riding a horse there. That is a beautiful...
I might do it with the toothbrush first off.
No worries. Well, I will explain to the viewers in the interim that we are looking at a component of a belt buckle there. Be nice if we could find the other part.
That's a glorious one. It is pressed brass, and you've got these little tabby bits just there, and they hold whatever that is there. There's usually a nice picture. So as far as production wise, it's easier to form a blank and then put 2 piercings in it to apply another thing. And you are right, that is a horse with a rider. Whether they're shooting, I don't know. You've got beautiful, beautiful acanthus leaves on the piece where the belt itself would attach. There has been gold gilding there. I can see that in the rays of the sun.
Nice, nice.
That's actually a really, really nice little buckle. I don't know whether... Yeah, the rider's still got its head.
Well, that's good. It's not the Headless Horseman.
It's not the Headless Horseman.
Wonderful.
That's a beautiful piece.
Well, that's not bad for a hunt that started off a little bit rough and got a few interesting finds along the way, but I think we've topped it off with one of the nicest finds to finish. Fantastic. All right, I really do think this is the last one. I don't think I'm getting another half of a buckle today. However, what I did get, with a nice, crisp, clear 40 signal, surprise, surprise, this is button number 4, I believe. This one's a pretty one, and I might have to give you a better look with another camera. However, it's got a lovely little floral design around this, maybe some daisies or the like. Around the side, obviously had a steel backing, that's rusted away, but the front's beautiful. I've never quite had a button like that, so I'm very happy to add that to my collection. Well folks, you win some, you lose some, and look, I was going to say today was one of the latter. I got off to a bit of a rough start today, and it was a tricky area to detect.
It was. There's lots and lots of plip-plop in the ground, and yeah, it just made it really hard and difficult.
That's it, but if you persevere and you take your time and you swing slow and get in between all of those signals,
you'll get buttons.
That you will. But we had a few other finds as well that really topped off the hunt. So.
Your last one, absolute top notch.
You didn't see the button after it.
No.
No. But anyway, look, we've had a really good time out. Detecting with mates is always fun. I hope you enjoyed it too, and if you did, don't forget that like button. But in the meantime, guys, take care, stay safe, and we'll catch you on our next adventure.
We will.
Cheers, guys.
The river's gonna cry when you're